Good afternoon, Villa fans, and welcome to a match preview for Leeds versus Aston Villa on Sunday, 2 p.m. kickoff. The international break is now over, thank goodness for that, and it's back to domestic action. And Aston Villa hopefully to go on a run now to climb the table even more and go far into these sort of European games. Heading into Christmas. So, let's talk about the game on Sunday. Leeds United sitting in 16th position in the Premier League. Not doing really great. 11 games in. They're 1 point clear of the relegation zone. Scored 10, conceded 20, minus 10 goal difference. So, again, not looking sharp on that front. 4 defeats in the last 5 games. And if we look at these performances, it's just recently a 3-1 defeat against Forest, where Lucas Debecha scored for them. Then a 3-0 defeat against Brighton. Then they had a home win against West Ham, where Aronson and Joe Rodon scored. And then again away against Burnley, losing 2-0 in a sort of relegation 6-pointer there, you could say. And then a home defeat 2-1 to Spurs, where Noah Okafor got amongst the goals for them as well. So, 3 away games that they've lost in a row there in that sequence of 5. 1 win against West Ham, who I think sacked Graham Potter after that game, perhaps. And then, Spurs beating them at Elland Road as well. And I very much think, this game is Villa's to go and win, basically. We need to pick up maximum points here. Daniel Farke under pressure. He's got a horrendous run of games coming up as well. So Villa, obviously next, City, Chelsea, Liverpool, Brentford, Palace, all to come consecutively there. So Leeds are really going to struggle to pick up points, and maybe they'll feel like this is a game where they can get something. So let's see. But top goal scorers this season, they haven't scored very many. 2 each for Joe Rodon, Lucas Debecha and Noah Okafor, and 2 assists for Sean Longstaff from midfield. Obviously him, Aronson and Statch, who are their sort of main 3 midfield players. Physical, like to get a foot in, typical Leeds sort of midfield players. Hard-working, industrious, and who knows? Aronson's got a really long throw on him, which I'm sure they'll try to use to their advantage. But their signings in the summer. So Anton Statch, as I mentioned, playing in their midfield, big 6'3" midfield player they picked up from Hoffenheim for like 20 million. Noah Okafor, a Swiss international, they got picked up from AC Milan for 19 million, playing probably from the left at the moment. They've got Jake Bidgel, a centre back for 18 million from Udinese. Who else did they pick up? Lucas Perry, the goalkeeper from Lyon, to take the place of is it Melia? I think he was their goalkeeper before. So Perry's come in now from Lyon. I think he's a Brazilian international. I'm not too sure about that one. And then Gabriel Gudmundsson, a left back that played for Lille and played against us when we played them in the Conference League game as well. So Gudmundsson has been a good pickup for them, but 11 million for him. And picked up Dominic Calvert-Lewin on a free. He's got 1 goal in 10. So they really don't have that many kind of dangerous players. You think of the Leeds of old and think of like going way back actually, like the team of like Tony Yeboah and people like that. They don't have, and Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank, they don't really have strikers like that, or Mark Viduka. But they've done some business. I mean, even last season getting promoted was a really good achievement for them, considering that they sold a lot of players for big money. People like Jorginho Rutter went to Brighton for like 40 million or 45 million euros. Archie Gray sold to Tottenham for 40 million euros. Crisinio Somerville sold to West Ham for almost 30 million euros. So they got rid of some really big players for them and still got promoted, which is good for them. But have they spent that money that they've received for those players wisely? Not on the face of it. And Leeds look like they're going to struggle. Obviously losing the likes of Burnley, who are going to be sort of down there with them. They need to pick up points, and they need to make Elland Road a bit more of a fortress and a bit more difficult to win at. and I think they'll see Villa maybe as a scalp. Maybe there's something they can get from them. Maybe they can be physical against us. But I just think Villa are going to have too much for them. I think we're coming off a good little run now. Hopefully we can continue the bounce. Onana's was pulled out of the Belgian team. Probably the only kind of risk, really. Emi Buendia getting minutes for Argentina. He'll come back confident. Morgan Rogers getting minutes for England. I'm sure he'll be fine. Ezri Konsa did pull out for England, but precautionary. I think he'll be fine. So we're going into this with a good bill of health. Hopefully Ollie Watkins is rested. Obviously didn't make the England squad this time round. And hopefully that might just give him the kick up the arse that he needs a little bit to get back amongst it and back amongst the goals. And I'm backing him to get, back amongst the goals in this game against Leeds. I've got a feeling that he will score. I think, without being too confident, I think it will be a comfortable victory for Villa. And if you're asking me for a score prediction, I'll go Leeds 0, Aston Villa 2 at Elland Road. I think we'll get a clean sheet. But I think we need to be sensible about it. We need to play the right players. Tielemans getting good sort of minutes in his legs for Belgium. So whether he comes into the picture or not, is Onana fit to play? We've got Bogard, who did well when he sort of stepped in as well. Jadon Sancho's there, maybe as a possible. Harvey Elliott, don't see it myself. Gassons from the bench, perhaps. This could be a good game for him to get, late in the game. Hopefully, if the game is comfortable, maybe he can get a goal himself or an assist for himself. But I'm going for an Aston Villa 2-0 victory in this one. And I think we will get the points against Leeds. I think they are struggling. Daniel Farke's got a tough job on his hands. Whether he sees the season through, I'm not too sure. But let's see what happens there. He did well to get them up. Maybe he deserves a little bit more credit and a bit more time. But I'm going for a Villa victory. I'll be back at you tomorrow with some press conference reaction. But on your way out, do smash a like. Do smash a subscribe as well. We need 45 more subscribers to get to the 500. So help me along the way there, guys. And back at you soon. Let me hear your score predictions in the comments. Matt, team lineup. What do you think? I'm going to go 2-0 Villa, and I'm going to go Ollie Watkins to bag a double. There you go. Ollie Watkins, come on, get back amongst the goals. We need you. Take care. Have a good day. Bye for now.